Hi everyone. Today is Monday, November the 6th. My name's Anne-Marie Band, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Sitting on the platform, I have things super easy. I've got it by major news, and then I have by stocks, and then I've got my calendar here, which is super important. I've looked at the United States. We've got some bail auctions. The bond market is really what has moved stocks dramatically over the last week. But that is going to be a little bit of a temporary motion. We'll just see what's going on right there. We've got, let's see what's really big. We've got a consumer credit change. But this week, you know, we've got trade balances on the 7th and, you know, just kind of an easy week, really. Nothing gigantic, but it's what's going to come out of the bond market that's going to be supremely important. Let's hop over to SPY. We've really, this is a monthly candlestick, in just a few days of trading, we've retraced, hopped through all of this, and almost halfway up the line in the sand here. We're going to put this one up next, 442. I'm not really sure we're going to head all the way up there, but what we do need to look at the following: higher lows on the monthly, lower highs on the monthly, but we're on the climb. So really, the goal next is to see if the traders can get us past 437.20. That's really what we're looking for this morning. We are sitting, last week, we moved through 2 weeks of motion in just a couple of days. Started from really Wednesday with the Fed release. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were gigantic days, and this is really one of the biggest weeks we've had in many years. And so from that perspective, we're looking at bullish motion on the hourly. So dip buying, notice higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We're going to check out those wicks, but dip buying for sure. Here's the thing: we are not able, as of yet, to get up over the high of Friday. And so that's going to be the line to watch, right? We have the high of Friday, we have the overnight highs, and what's happening is sellers are coming into the mix. Now that just means that what's happening, remember, this is where buying pressure comes in from underneath. So we're still buying the dip. Notice overnight formations still sitting right here at 435, and we're trying to move up. This is an outside candlestick, and so we're going to have to watch the inside of that region to see if we can get that start to the move north like we want to see, right? So I'm going to look at this edge, see that we hold it as a floor. That floor is going to be 435.20. All right, so if we lose 435.20, stand back just a wee bit so that the price action can come in, hit that floor, hold the floor, and come up. Otherwise, we're going to start retracing just a wee bit, and this 4 o'clock fade that happened to us right here at 434 is going to be the anchor that we want to watch. All right, dip buying on the horizon. A lot of people super into this notion that we're off to the races. We're going to have Santa Claus rally. You know, 2 days, 3 days is not a trend to make. And that's my thought process. Same sort of formation sitting here. The floor, 367.60, that's where we say, hey, we better hold 367.70, else we're going to start coming into the old support areas that are significantly below. We had really a runaway train last week. We are coming into a topping formation, right? Still making higher lows. That's where buying pressure comes from. But we have the inside candlestick formation that says, wait a second, if I buy anywhere around here, 368.36 should be my floor for where I need to hold. Otherwise, I could drop down another 60 cents. So we want to be very, very careful about that, right? A lot of people are playing this leveraged SQQQ. Take a look. That's the, no, what is the one? TQQQ, Ultra Pro, right? That had a monumental week last week. Still retracing on track, has the same kind of formation as the rest of the broad market. You watch that inside candlestick to hold the floor, you're going to have yourself some superb upside motion in the grand scheme of things. But lower highs on the weekly and lower lows on the weekly. So this flag pattern really is going to be something to watch. All right, great thing to trade. You just want to be in and out. I do not like it as something to hold for the long haul simply because it is recalibrated so often. But it still is a very good trading vehicle, and you want to watch that inside candlestick formation right there. Does it hold the low of that hourly framework? Let's go to the ES. Same sort of thing. Love it that everybody's tracking all there's nobody out of whack here, which I love. Okay, holding the floor. This is very interesting. There is no higher candlestick here. This is a trending formation, which is low, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. But the framework, the bigger framework, is upside. So what the traders are doing is trying to hold the floor. And ideally, 43.74 is going to be the first line in the sand that says, hey, if I lose this, I better not think about going long anytime soon. 43.78.50 is going to be that test. These are a little bit hard to trade. The question is, can I wait to come in and pick old resistance, new support? So we might have gone and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick 43.79.50 to take the long, but I've got to take profit up here because I keep getting higher, lower highs, and that means I've got selling pressure underneath. All right, very key. I'm actually going to eliminate all our lines. I'm not married to them. I'm not afraid of trying to recreate them. Some of us are very nervous about that. Don't. You look in the near term here. Current candle, 2 prior candles, or 3 prior candles, right? Everything was going fine, and then we broke this edge. Now that we're breaking this edge, the question is, where are we going to find the floor? Because it is upward, and that's what we're going to look at. Today, I like 43.75. That gives us a floorboard in the region, 43.74.50, 43.92, top of the range. I'm not 100% sure that we're going to break higher. I really don't. I believe we're going to try and digest this move. A lot of it was chasing, and so we're going to see what's going to happen this week in general. 42.89, well below in that floor of support. And then the next line I really want to watch is all this heavy congestion at 43.54. That's super important to me. All right, taking a look at the NQ, we've got the following. Same sort of thing. I want to delete my horizontal. Do I have? I really have just a few. Look at that. These look quite different to the SPYs and the Qs. These are definitely trending when the SPY had that spike coming up into the space. So we have a little bit of a difference in terms of the personalities of the participants and what they are attempting to do. I would definitely be keeping my eyes on this sort of information. Listen, we're holding the floors. Dips are buy zones. So let's do that. Let's wait for the dip and buy the dip. But if we stop making higher highs, that dip is in question. Last thing I want to take a look at is oil. I believe oil is in a space that, of course, listen, my goal in terms of looking for a place to buy oil, you guys know that I like it down here, right? I do believe it's going to break this 81. However, today, it's sitting in a spot where we legitimately could have a pretty nice buy zone. We just don't want it to lose 80.50. And that number should be super familiar to us. Notice this chart is trying to recapture. There's just a lot going on here inside of this market. Oil is very difficult to trade now because what's happening physically is not what the charts are doing specifically right now. Physically, we've got a very long look ahead, and then the trending here is, do we slip into recession where we really pull back how much of this oil that we need? All right, so 80.50 floor right now. What do we have? High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, higher, high, lower, low. So what do we have to do? We got to get up over this 81.37, right where we are. Could you buy it there? Absolutely. Absolutely, you could buy it there. And then what would you be looking for as your floor? The low of the morning, 81.18, 81.10 might be a little bit far, right? You know the leverage here. Just watch your size. But yeah, 8117. Just have a peek at that. And remember, the moment it begins to lose this area, you just have to go, hey, my size better be low, because if I'm buying a dip, it better hold my floor. All right? So that's it, folks. Good luck trading today. I'll see you on the platforms.